Hey everybody, welcome back to Curly Views for Use. Thanks for stopping by. This is a new YouTube channel who is just trying to find her footing and see what, YouTube has to offer. So it looks like Amberlynn just uploaded. I did also see that she posted another community post. It was something about Emily. So I'll try to somehow take a look at that as well and maybe like form this into one video. So another new thing I'm trying. By the way, happy new year, rabbit. And I hope everybody's having a great start. So yeah, let's get into it.
A four-part series where I answer 100 of your questions, and I think it's questions I've never answered before. But who knows? I've been on YouTube for 11 years, so I don't really remember what I've shared. So I promised you guys that I would upload every other day, and I'm going to be super busy for the next 10 days or so.
I think that the Q&As, I think that may be in the cycle chart for Amberlynn. But yeah, I have seen this since, starting this following a couple months ago, that she doesn't really put out content. She puts out non-content. She puts out things that nobody asked her. A lot of people seem to think that she makes her own questions up, which I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, let's see, 20 seconds in and we're already...
And I'm not going to be able to have time to edit my videos.
Of course
I will
not.
still be filming though. So I am pre-recording in this moment. So I figured the best way to do that, to continue my schedule and to give you guys content, is to create this 4-part series. So since there are 100 questions, it is 25 questions per part. So let's get into the first one. So I just want to preface this that I got all of these questions on random social media platforms where I was like, you guys, I'm doing a Q&A on YouTube. Send me in your questions. All right. So the first one is, who are your top 5 artists on Spotify Wrapped this year? Billie Eilish was my number 1, which is not surprising. Second is Banks, also not surprising.
I guarantee that there were over tenfold. There's probably thousands, honestly, of questions regarding Emily. And she started with her Spotify Wrapped. She is a troll. She's such a troll. Ugh, people like this just bother. People who starve for attention like this, they just bother me because, if you were you, people would still be interested, I'm sure. But because you're not you and you pretend, I understand now why she does not have a lot of close anybody, quite frankly.
Third is a band called Mansion Air. Love them. Fourth, Montel Fish. Love him. His music is so good. The fifth one I'm a little shocked by. It's The Weeknd. How often do you recommend that I wash my hair? So I am no hair doctor over here, but I do know that every hair is different, so I really don't know what to tell you. But I have noticed that the healthiest hair is if you wash it just...
Please do not listen. Don't listen to any advice from this woman. If there is one thing that hopefully I can touch upon someone with, is not to trust anything that this woman says. We need to, especially in 2025, let's keep our empathy in a box and dole it out as necessary. Let's not just fully let, people roll over us, because this is crazy.
A couple times a week. Speaking of hair, I do get this question a lot. Would you ever cut...
Oh, well, no, I'll just start doing it. I won't say what I want to do.
Your hair into a bob? Absolutely not. That is not my style. I don't think it would look good on me. It looks good on other people, but that is not my thing.
Maybe I'll try to add in, because I've said this. I've said that her with shorter hair, I can see that. And I don't know. Because it's because she doesn't want... if she didn't have this bone straight hair, maybe she would be more pressed to cut it for ease, of cleaning and styling, but she doesn't clean nor style. So maybe that's why the long hair is fine for her, because she literally can just put it down and stink up the whole room and, germ-infested hair.
Love my hair long. That is how I've always loved it. In my early 20s, I did chop it all off. If I can find some photos, I'll post them here. But my hair was down to my butt. I went into the salon, literally just wanting a hair trim, and I left with my hair to my shoulders.
Oh, she did show it. I was like, did she even show it to us? Amber, I say this with all the love and light that I can muster for someone like you. You need to go get help. You are, look how dead your eyes are. Like, how do you, go get help.
And I cried. Yes, I did. It was the biggest mistake.
Look at all
I will
these
never do again.
angles.
Have you ever been to Disneyland? I have. I've been twice. Both
Oh, the angles.
times I went, I was 17. So if you guys remember me sharing, my foster mom did pass away recently, and it was actually that foster mom that made that dream come true for me. I know this is going off on something completely different, but a lot of people have heard me talk a lot of bad things about foster care because I do have a lot of...
And here we go. She's got to retract things again. Like this is like not a person. Yeah, she just doesn't have a personality. She's not a person. She's just like amalgamation of like things. Like she's not her own person. Seems like now we're still trying to ride the sympathy train for her, deceased foster parent. Listen, if Amberlynn is really as horrible, as she definitely presents herself to be, I can't even imagine, like, if you believe in an afterlife or whatever's beyond this, meat suit that we're all navigating on this rock floating through space, if she has an afterlife or whatever, like, she's gonna be so haunted by these, like, deceased once living beings, be it a cat, be it what we don't know about, because the way she just talks about the, death, and but then look at her. She is about 600 pounds. So I guess mortality doesn't really compute with her either.
Bad experiences in foster care. I will not deny that, but there are some positives as well, and that is one of them. Are you going to continue sharing fan art? No, not in that way, because it was just something I wanted to add as a part of Vlogmas that I thought was really fun, and
Jordy is like he's my favorite. He's definitely like my favorite. He's the one, I don't know how I found him. I think I found Chantel somehow through like a comedian that I watch. And then I found Chantel. Chantel is just way too gross for me. Like I can't. That's definitely a person that I don't vibe with. And somehow from there, I guess I was like recommended Jordy. And yeah, I just got into it, and he's so hilarious. So if you don't know, please go over to Jordy's chat, check it out. He does do a lot of live streams, but I'm sure people have clips. Like I think a channel called Jordy's Bent Thumb or something. We'll post like the clips and the highlights from the streams. But he actually made AI art where he hid his name in the photo, and she's so conceited and so up her own stanky ass, she actually showed it to us. She didn't know. She had no idea. None of us knew until Jordy told us and showed us his amazing artwork.
Well done. I think that this was a really good addition to Vlogmas. In life, they say that the devil is in the details, and that the beauty in life is in the eye of the beholder.
To the negative things. But I will say, a negative thing is Vlogmas is over, folks. This is the last one. So I don't know when I'm going to see you guys again, but until then, let's end it with a few fan arts that I have not showed you guys. So here they are.
Oh, too funny. Too funny.
Oh, he's so funny. Hilarious.
Enjoy doing it. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Honestly, normally I have a whole list of resolutions and goals and things I want to succeed at, and I never follow through with any of them. So I think it's just really easy and manageable if I sit here and say, I just want to improve as a person, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, I am very into the universe, and I believe that the universe and me are connected. I know that sounds weird to some people, but that's okay. Like, I really just want to be just a better person in general, and I know I can.
As somebody who is a quirky girl, I would definitely describe myself as a quirky girl. As someone who is a self-proclaimed quirky girl, we do not claim this woman. I do not want her involved in any spirituality that I'm involved in. I don't want her, she is so toxic. I don't want her to touch anything. Like, her even breathing air skews me out. But here we are. I would just like to see some sort of positive effort that is going in a positive direction. Because it seems like every choice this woman makes is to her detriment. And again, that's, I'm sure, part of the mental illness of it all. She eats herself to death, so why wouldn't she live in her fantasy land? You know, if it ain't broke for her, she's not going to fix it, and she's not going to fix it anyway. She's just going to throw it out. So yeah, we don't claim her.
Start that anytime, and I have definitely improved over the years, but 2025 I really do want to focus more on like the therapy aspect and like improving my health aspect, not really like set out flat out goal.
She hasn't said anything about semaglutide, losing weight. She hasn't. That was the first word she said about therapy. That was the first like actual mention of anything. I don't want to say medicinal, but anything that could actually help her, basically. That's the first mention of it. In this whole fucking thing. It's like there's probably 1,000 questions alone about what happened with semaglutide. Hey, what were some of your symptoms? Can you expand upon that? Like, she has a lot of information within her that she doesn't share. And I'm kind of grateful for that, because the information that she does share is very just inaccurate, and she's just a fucking carny, dude.
More so just every day, even if it's just me being 1% better than I was the day before. What was your favorite and least favorite part of Vlogmas this year? So easily my least favorite was the beginning. It was highly saturated in the fact that I was going through a lot of mental health and heartbreak because I was missing Rarity while also being attacked because I was neglectful in a situation where it was never my intent. Accidentally leaving that door open literally altered my life in the worst way possible. And not only was I being attacked for a mistake that literally broke me and shattered me, I was being told that I was lying about the situation, which I wasn't. And I was also being told that a cat that was found deceased was Rarity, which definitely was not the case either. So it was a lot at once while already going through mental health problems. But I noticed once I handled the Rarity situation privately,
I don't think it's right to be like, hey, I was going through mental health problems. Woe is me. Please have, mercy upon me, because you haven't been diagnosed with the mental health problems properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she had been going to the doctor, all that jazz, yeah, let's throw the mentals out there. Yeah, absolutely. Like, we need to give you a little bit more grace. You're working your way through. Bitch, you ain't working your way through nothing but a menu.
Instead of like broadcasting every single 2 seconds if there's an update or not, I noticed the backlash and the rumors lessened, and that definitely helped with my mental health and my heartbreak, to be honest. I would say the best part of Vlogmas was the fact that I completed it, and instead of letting my...
And then P.S., I don't even, it's the first, I forget when Rarity went missing, but it had to have been during Vlogmas, like she said. So it's been less than a month that her loved pet has passed, and there's like no feeling here. Like, she showed more feeling for the Billie Eilish cake and the Billie Eilish candle. It seemed more authentic then. This is like authentic, I don't give a shit.
Depression stopped me from decorating for Christmas like it did last year. I said, screw that. We're going to decorate for Christmas.
You didn't say that.
Actually helped my mood, and it genuinely did. Have you ever had a boyfriend before? Yes, I've had multiple boyfriends, but it was all like when I was a teenager and a kid, never as an adult. No. Have you ever considered digital planning? No, never, because I really love physical planners. I love physically writing. For the longest, I was reading so many novels, and I was reading like the physical books, and then...
I don't even think this bitch reads, to be completely honest.
Were like, you should try Kindle. So then in my brain, I was like, you know what, let me try Kindle, because there's like this cute little small Kindle that I ended up buying. I was like, it's so adorable. And I realized it's just not for me. I feel like some things for me, I just can't do technology based. That's reading and also, planning. Those are things I just enjoy doing, like physically.
A YouTube video.
With a book, with a pen, etc., etc. Do you resent Alexis for bringing up the crumble cookie video? Honestly, no. It's really not that big of a deal to me. I'm an adult. I'm a sexual human being.
Please do not say sexual.
Very sex positive,
Ew.
Not a prude, pretty open book, so I don't really care, actually. What I care about...
You are definitely a prude. Yes.
Is people behind my back being creepy and sending it to reaction channels. Now that's weird. And I'm very glad that Alexis never did that. What moment in the last couple of years made you grow the most as a person? Living alone. Absolutely. The first time I ever lived alone was...
She's literally lived alone for maybe like 6 months. Like, this is what I don't understand. How does she bag these people? I asked this before, and I felt victim. I felt like verified in my like questioning, because even Mr. Snowflake said it in his update. Like, how does she get people? I don't get it. And then once you meet her, how does she not immediately turn you off? And not just visually. I'm talking once she opens her fucking mouth. And the way she just like grabs and is just fucking rude and is disrespectful. Like, I don't understand how for, 10 plus years she's been able to find people that will put up with her shit for months, years at a time.
When I was 32, and I'm now 34. I'm telling you, I genuinely believed in myself.
You just turned 34. I can't stand her.
For a majority of my life that I had to live with someone. That's the only way I was going to be happy.
Minutes yet.
I was always scared to be alone. You guys, I'm telling you, I thrive when I live by myself. I absolutely love it, and it's helped me grow as a person 100%. If you could go back and never have made YouTube videos, would you? No. I absolutely would have still done YouTube. I probably would have just done it differently. I know the YouTube game. I know what people want, but I also know that there are things I have said and done online that I would have never done. Now, as a 34-year-old woman, I have learned from those things and learned from my mistakes. Do you plan on seeing?
I don't think she's learned from any of her mistakes. She hasn't, because she still does the same thing. She talks to strangers on the internet, shows them personal things about her, and then tries to love bomb and vice versa, love bomb and Hoover and all that jazz, and then move in with them. Like, there's no chill. There's no Amber. And Amber's her name. Like, there's no Amber. There's Lynn. There's no Amber.
Wicked. I have never seen like the original Wicked, but with the clips I've seen of the new one, it genuinely looks pretty interesting. So yes, I do plan on watching it. What is the last thing you ate? I had Buffalo Wild Wings and I got boneless chicken. The sauce I got on there was Asian Zing. I really like their boneless chicken because it's dry. And even the pieces of chicken that I normally would never go for, which are like kind of like the bigger pieces, they're still dry. I'm like, okay, pop off. And I've never once seen like a weird piece of chicken. So if you're worried about chicken, but you enjoy like a good boneless wing, I highly recommend Buffalo Wild. There. What was the real reason you went back to Oklahoma and didn't stay in Wisconsin? Because I have a whole ass apartment. I have a whole life here. I love my apartment. I love living alone. I do believe that Tommy as a person is my home, but in a responsible way.
Her name is Emily.
I belong here right now. So that is why we are currently in a long distance relationship, but I do see us moving in together in the future. How did you even hold that snake? Because it honestly looked so terrifying. That's what my mom said, but I love snakes. I've always loved snakes. I will say it was exhilarating because it is a huge snake. It is by far the biggest snake I have ever held in my life, but I wasn't scared. I don't know. Did you really think that Jordy was stalking you? No, absolutely not. I never once thought that. Was there a particular reason you stopped sharing your weight? So as you guys know, I have done Ozempic/semaglutide twice. The first time I did it, when I stopped, I gained so much weight so freaking fast. I had a weird feeling it was going to happen again, and I tried really hard not to let it happen, but sadly, I didn't try hard enough.
You see how she lies to herself? She looks right at herself and lies to herself. She's fucking minging, man. I'm bringing minging across the pond, guys.
I tried really hard not to let it happen.
See that?
But sadly,
she tried really hard and looks at herself in the camera. You want to try it? You want to see it again? Let's do it again. Oh, I almost got it right on there, too.
I had a weird feeling it was going to happen again, and I tried really hard not to let it happen. But sadly, I didn't try hard enough.
Yeah, you didn't try hard enough to not let that eye wander to your fucking face so you can see how, quote-unquote, good you're lying to the rest of us. What a bitch.
Very common that once you stop taking it, you gain your weight back. So normally, I wouldn't have cared to share that because I've always shared that. But then all of a sudden, all of these rumors about my girlfriend were happening that were not true because that is not the way our relationship is.
And the rumors are true. There is proof. There are receipts. You've shown nothing to combat it. So just because you're saying it's not true doesn't mean it's not true, babe.
I knew that if I came on here and said, I'm gaining weight because that's how the cookie crumbles, no pun intended, people would automatically blame her when ultimately it was my doing and it's the pattern that I've had my whole life since I was literally like 10 years old when I had my first diet. It was just easier for me not to share those things anymore. I want to protect and cherish the people in my life that I care about. The rumors about Tommy are not true. Are you excited or nervous to try semaglutide again? I'm definitely both excited and nervous, and I will definitely share more of that as I talk more about my journey. Will you ever admit you were actually 600 pounds? I'm telling you, human to human, face to face, like I know you're not here, but I'm acting as if you...
Let's see if she looks at herself again.
Or if I was 600 pounds, I would not be able to move. I'm saying that based on like knowing how I feel now at the weight that I am. If I was 600 pounds, I would not be able to fit in my mother's car, let alone go and do things and walk around stores and go to bingo. It would not be happening. Can you show your watch time on TikTok and
walk around stores?
Instagram? Sure. When someone asked this question, I screenshotted it just so I could remember because my memory is shit. I don't really go on TikTok and Instagram, as you can see. It does show on Friday that I was on TikTok for a bit more than usual. It's because I was gathering these questions. What has been the hardest part to overcome with having BPD? A lot. And I don't know if I've actually overcome any of it. So I'm kind of going to...
Yeah. You know why? Because you don't have a doctor. P.S. Again, I'm not buying her BPD bullshit until there's a doctor's diagnosis and she's actually got no appointments and actually done the work. I'm not... This BPD shit, it's undiagnosed as far as I'm concerned.
You write the question and ask it as if...
Which doesn't mean much.
Like, what's the hardest part about having BPD? It's the fact that you cannot regulate your emotions. Sometimes it feels physically impossible. Like during a...
I think she's so fucking lazy, dude. I think one of the best things that I did for myself was start to embark on my like trying to heal things that I, again, masked. So doing it, it's hard as fuck, right? But I feel that now that I don't look through the lens of mine was like, I have to be good with everyone, because if not, you know, no one will be with me or love me, essentially. And I've definitely worked out of that. Again, it's been hard, but it's been, you know, it's been years and many meetings and a lot of tears, you know, and I feel very proud of myself to have kept going and doing the work. This girl has not done the work at all, dude. And it doesn't matter how many planners you buy. Like, you can like planners, that's fine, but if one of them isn't filled with your appointments for your doctors, what's the fucking point? Like, you're just writing words of delusion. And again, I hope she leaves her journals and whatnot to somebody who's going to publish them, to be completely honest. I know that's kind of like a violation or whatever, but I'd like to see excerpts of what she claims that she's writing for hours and hours on end, because your girl right here is trying to start writing again. And I am like... I don't know if it's just all the distraction with cell phones and things like that now. I know I have to buckle down my discipline, so that's, you know, one of my goals of the year is to be more disciplined in the actions that I want to take. I just think she's full of bullshit, dude.
BPD episode, which are actually sometimes called...
and I don't like being lied to anymore or manipulated, so that's why she hits my nerves so fucking deep.
BPD tantrums, and that's not like in a rude way or whatever. It sounds rude because it's like a tantrum. Like, calm down now. Like, I'm not throwing a tantrum, but that is just what it's called. So during those episodes, I'm rational.
She told Jordy to calm down in her little outburst the other night too. Fucking bullshit.
Self is still in here. She is like screaming at me, Amberlynn, stop. Amberlynn, calm down. Amberlynn, it's gonna be okay.
Amberlynn, don't put that fried chicken in your fucking gullet. If only she would say that.
Regulating those emotions and calming down, it literally feels like someone is telling you, you have to travel outside into space, and I want you to carry the world on your shoulders. That's not possible. It truly feels impossible to regulate your emotions, and I'm fully aware that
she doesn't see anybody to help her. And for people that don't get help, I don't have a lot of sympathy, you know, especially when you know what the issue is, because it's the people that don't admit what the issue is. Those are the ones that have the biggest trouble. Like, oh no, I don't have a problem. This one knows what her issue is, has a clear cut and dry plan, like action plan that she could put into place that would just get her started, and like she still doesn't do it.
DBT therapy can help with that. So another answer I have is having BPD makes everything feel more extreme than the average. Like the average person, they would say, yeah, I feel happy. Well, when we're happy, people with BPD, it feels euphoric. A regular person would feel angry. Us, we feel burning rage. Regular person feels sad. We literally feel like we're mourning the death of someone.
And you know what helps with that? A licensed therapist, not ChatGPT, not looking into yourself and journaling out what the answers are because you know yourself, better. You're a fucking idiot, Amberlynn. Like, you need fucking help, bro. And what's minging too is that, like, people reach out to her all the time and offer their services. That is so generous. It's so generous. And it's like, for me, I look at her and I'm like, how dare you? How dare you, you pathetic piece of shit? Like, how dare you live this life where others have lost people? You know what I mean? Like, it's really fucked, dude. It's really fucked. Like, she gets to be here, and then, like, other people that bring light to the world, don't. But again, that's like, how can you have the light without the dark or whatever? But it's still a bitter pill to swallow, for sure.
We have loved our entire lives. Everything feels so strong, and like we're sensitive to like everything. So our moods switch really quickly.
And again, what I find very dangerous, yes, that's the word I want to use. What I find very dangerous is that Amber will come on here and talk about her BPD and talk about these symptoms and whatnot. And one of my biggest fears, and I'm sure it's happened throughout the 10 years she's been on YouTube, is that some person, whether they be young or older, somebody of not a mindset where they can discern, is going to believe her, and take her advice and listen to her, and it's not right for someone like this. Like, I don't like that she has a platform where she can spout and people will listen. Or the potential for people listening is huge. Like, she's so irresponsible.
Sort of mixed up because we both have mood shifts. So people with bipolar, their moods will.
So now we're at, and again, this is where I see the addict behavior come out, because when my mother would talk, like, I obviously, like, I witness a lot. Okay. So I definitely witnessed how my mother would interact with people I knew she just stole from, people I knew that she just fucked over, people that I knew were taking pity on her or whatever. I saw the way that she would interact with people when in addiction, and it's very manipulative. Like this, it's let me throw a whole bunch of information at you, see what you remember, and then that way you forget what we're actually trying to get to the bottom of. It's shady. I fucking hate it.
Change on days or weeks basis, while people with BPD like me, our moods will change multiple times a day, sometimes even multiple times an hour. It's exhausting for us, and I'm sure it's very exhausting for the people around us as well. Would you be able to be in a sexless relationship? No. This girly pop has done that before, and she will never do it again. When I'm with the right one, I am like a sex machine. What am I saying right now? What is a rumor about you that is 100% not true? Girl, do you have all day? Because I have a whole list. But for the sake of video purposes and time crunches.
Well, if you are going to write it on there, girl, you got plenty of fucking room. You fucking bitch. Oh, God, I fucking hate her.
There is a few in particular that I would love to mention, but these are things that I promised myself I would never speak about again online. So we're going to skip over those and move on to something else. I'm going to choose something that is like currently happening. Two things, actually. One, it is 100% not true. I am not a feedie. I am not in a feeder relationship. That is not what's happening here. Two, the fact that some people actually believe this is sick, but there are people who believe that I let Rarity out on purpose to stay in Wisconsin longer. Tommy didn't want me to leave. Tommy said I am welcome there forever. Rarity is my heart, my soul.
Not gonna lie, this is a lot of cuts. It's a lot of cuts. And she's gonna be like, oh, I was taking breaths and whatever. I don't know. That's a lot of cuts. I don't make that many cuts in my video. That's a lot. Which it just lends to her insincerity.
my best friend, my everything. I would have never in a million years done that. And if you know me in person, you would know that to be true. But that's what people do. They create these really disgusting rumors about me and just like hold on to them for dear life.
And then here we are being talked down to because we're horrible people who believe that she let her cat out. Whoops, she did.
I know nothing I say will ever change anyone's opinion, but for the sake of answering the question, there's your answer. All right, you guys. So that is part 1, and I will see you guys soon for part 2. Bye.
Please don't kiss me. All right, let's check out this post from 31 minutes ago. So that's going to put us on January 1st. We'll say about 1:30 p.m. EST. I'm sure everyone knows about the rumors going around when it comes to quote-unquote Walnut. Tommy, which is her girlfriend's alias, her real name is Emily, so I will continue to say Emily. Emily has contacted the website personally in hopes that this gets figured out because not only is someone trying to impersonate her, but they are trying to make people believe I sell and am a part of the feeder community, which I am not and never will be. There has to be some legalities when it comes to stuff like this because it is defamation, as they are making everyone believe it to be true. Hopefully that website can provide more information and get that person's page taken down once and for all. Amber, that still seems shady, girl. So I don't believe anything. Again, I don't believe anything that she says, to be completely honest. I don't. I'll believe her, when she says, oh, my mom's come to pick me up. Yeah, definitely, because you're not going out. But anything else that she can concoct in that little walnut size brain, pun intended, she's so stupid. She's so stupid. Well, I look forward to seeing what everybody has to say about it. I am getting this up within the hour of her posting it. So I like to get my reaction at least taped so then I can watch everybody else's as they come out. Maybe I'll see you guys there in the chat. Feel free to say what's up to me in Jordy's chat. I'm usually there in the live. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. And I hope everybody's New Year's going okay. Let's just strap in, get back to yourself, do some good stuff for yourself, man. Give yourself that hug. All right. Even if it's for 30 seconds, try to make it a minute though. Try to do a minute at least each day. We gotta take care of ourselves out here. And I care about you. So yeah. Don't be mean to my friend. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping. I'll talk to you later. Bye.